Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank where I climb the online VGC 20 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. For the last two episodes, we featured Graham Amity's Snorlax team, so we'll be playing one last episode with it today. Of course, the DLC dropped earlier today, so there's a lot of exciting stuff that's going to be coming to VGC very shortly. Currently, the newly released Pokemon, as well as all the old Pokemon that are now in the DLC and in Sword and Shield, are not allowed in competitive play, at least in the ranked ladders. But I'm thinking that once the rules update and we go into the Series 5 rules, which will be coming pretty shortly, I'm assuming all the DLC Pokemon will be allowed by then. So I have a lot of content planned for related to the DLC, so stay tuned for that. But let's just jump into today's episode. As always, if you guys enjoy, please show support by leaving a like. I'd really appreciate it. And go check out Graham. The collab video that we actually did for his channel is now on his channel, so that's linked in the description below. Alright, so we're going up against some pretty standard hyper offense here. This could be a pretty good game for Cinderace. Like, if we just get Tailwind up, things look pretty solid. Part of me really wants Snorlax in this game, because our opponent's team is almost entirely physical. And if they're not Will-O-Wisp on Rotom, like, we get Curses off, it could be really hard to deal with. But perhaps we should push the Temple. Like, we could really easily go Whimsicott, Arcanine, Venusaur, Cinderace as one mode. I'm just wondering if Snorlax has any value. What are the leads that I have to respect the most here? Rillaboom, I think, might want to come out, plus, like, Rotom, Rillaboom, Dragapult. I guess we need the Venusaur. We could get away with not bringing Arcanine. So I'm actually thinking, like, Whimsicott Snorlax seems crazy, but it could actually work. Whimsicott Cinderace is also fine with Venusaur in the back and Snorlax. The logic for dropping Arcanine here is... Intimidate's not... I mean, it's not going to work against Grimmsnarl, Rotom, or Dragapult. The Excadrill and Sand is still outspeeding us. I don't know. Like, that could be Moldbreaker Excadrill, though. A lot of people are running Moldbreaker Excadrill with Tyranitar nowadays. So if that's the case, maybe there's value to bringing it. Alright, let's jump into today's episode. Question of the day, I'm curious if any of you have played the DLC already. What do you think about it? What do you think of the Pokemon that we've seen returning from it? Let me know in the comments below. It's going to be Grimmsnarl or Excadrill here. Okay. I mean, this is where Arcanine could have maybe been pretty good. But I could just max the Cinderace, quite frankly, and, like, Steel Spike turn 1. Like, Protect Whimsicott. The Protect is really obvious here. You know what they could do? They could Thunder Wave Cinderace and, like, Max Quake it. I actually really think they might do that. If I'm my opponent, I'm really thinking, yeah, you Thunder Wave Max Quake here. We'd still be faster with Tailwind, though. Yeah, actually, because of the Thunder Wave stuff, I don't know. I kind of want to just Tailwind Steel Spike turn 1 here. So the logic behind that is, if they go for Fake Out, then I'll just Steel Spike to KO the Grimmsnarl and get a defense boost. And if they choose for the Thunder Wave play, I'll get the Tailwind off anyway, so I'll still outspeed before the Excadrill can Quake us. Oh, but I'm still Steel type. I should have maybe Airstream there instead then. Yeah, I didn't fully think that through, I think. I don't know. Like, I could switch out there, but I don't know. I don't feel great about that. I guess best case is they just KO the Whimsicott or miss a Thunder Wave. I don't know. Do you respect the max Airstream option enough from the Cinderace here also? Okay, so no Fake Out comes out. We're gonna T-Wave. Or sorry, we're gonna Tailwind. Let's see if they have Thunder Wave. Yep. No, they have Reflect, actually. Okay. I don't know if they can survive a Steel Spike through Reflect unless they're Babiri as well. Okay, so Libero comes out. Change types. Get a Steel Spike off. Alright. That is Sash Grimmsnarl, it looks like. Or just hung on with 1 HP. Which would be a little crazier. Is it not sashed? Oh my goodness, it literally hung on with 1 HP. Okay, we survived the Quake though. I think we have to go on the offense here and just go for, like... I mean, I have Snorlax in the back, so we can deal with what my opponent has. I think we have to just go for Dazzling here. Unfortunately, I don't have Flare, right? So I have to Knuckle. I can't believe the Grimmsnarl hung on with 1 HP. I mean, I guess maybe that works in our favor. Nah, no, because it means Grimmsnarl can just get another attack off. Maybe a Thunder Wave. And if we get hit in paralysis, that'd be bad. Okay, they just go for Max Guard. So I guess they Max Guard and T-Wave. Oh, they have Soccer Punch. Okay. I don't know, I mean, they get Tyranitar in for free now, I guess. But we'll get a big Max Knuckle off beforehand. Of course, the guard is still up. Sorry, the defense is still up. I'm fighting type now. I can also Max Guard myself this last turn, so then just I have a stronger fighting type attack and high jump kick against some regular Excadrill. That also could be worth it. Snorlax is looking real solid right now, though, I gotta say. This Tyranitar comes out, okay. Yeah, this looks pretty decent for Snorlax. So Sandstream is up. One more turn of Max on both ends. Their obvious play is to target the... Like, I want to go into Snorlax here and just go straight for a Knuckle onto the Tyranitar. I mean, Tyranitar protecting here is so obvious. I guess if it protects, we just lose, right? You have to target Cinderace here with your Excadrill, though. Yeah, I'm going to target it because if they might get greedy and not protect. If they don't protect, I think we just win the game off this. Because we knock out the Tyranitar, and then we get Snorlax in for free, give it an attack boost as well. Pretty sure this KOs through Reflect, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll have to see. I don't know the calc on that. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, Tyranitar doesn't protect. Okay, nice. So we get a Life Orb, Max Knuckle off. And it gets the one-hit KO. Okay, sick. That puts us in a really good spot then. Especially if the Excadrill didn't target Cinderace and got greedy there. So I gambled a little bit there, because of course if it's Weakness Policy Tyranitar and it just protects, we're in kind of a weird position. Okay, we hang on from Life Orb. Steel Spike comes out. Targets Snorlax too. Okay, sick. So I even get to stick around longer with Cinderace. We have an attack boost now. I think we survived. Yeah, nice. Snorlax is just under half. So I can Yawn now, which will obviously guaranteed put something to sleep. I still have to think about this endgame, right? Because I don't have that much offense outside of Cinderace. Like Whimsicott's Dazzling Gleams do nothing. I have Venusaur in the back. Venusaur is very important against this Rotom though, so that's good at least. I believe we have one more turn of Tailwind, so they could easily like double protect here, right? I think I definitely should be Yawning into the Excadrill. One turn of Tailwind left. 4 turns of Sand. I don't mind Yawn into Excadrill, high jump kick into Rotom. They might go for double protect, but since Cinderace is fainting after this turn anyway, I think this is fine. If Rotom, like if I Yawn the Excadrill, the Venusaur comes in, Leaf Storm just KOs the Rotom, and I can just swap Venu back in and out. So Excadrill protects. Let's see if Rotom protects as well. Okay, doesn't go for protect. Nice. Oh, but we miss. No, that's so bad. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh my god. Okay, but he's nasty plots, so I don't... Oh, that is so frustrating. Okay. Most nasty plot toms don't like have Dark Pulse, they don't have Protect, so I could just Leaf Storm here. And Yawn into the Excadrill. Wow. Okay. If the Rotom does have Protect, though, it makes things really tricky. Because we don't have Protect on Venusaur. But we should survive an attack from the Excadrill. Leaf Storm should get the one-hit KO onto the Rotom. So even with that miss, I think we're still in okay shape. Just kind of frustrating because I feel like I called the last 2 turns correctly, and that should typically put me up in a really good position. But, you know, that's what happens when you gamble on High Jump Kick, right? It's not the most accurate attack. And High Jump Kick is like the best example of such high risk, high reward. If you get it, you do so much damage, but if you miss or your opponent protects, you're in such big trouble. They're just going for EQ, though, which is very promising as long as we don't miss Leaf Storm. Okay, Venusaur takes that. Nice. Survives with over 50%. Okay, Leaf Storm connects. This should get the one-hit KO, I think. Okay. Woof. Also, Leaf Storm's chance of missing there is only 1% because we're wide lens, but still. We get the Yawn off, too. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is just switch the Venusaur out into Whimsicott and go for your... you start getting damage off against Excadrill. We should survive an Earthquake. We have an attack boost on the Snorlax as well. So we can just go for Darkest Lariat into it. Actually, Cursing, I think, actually has more value here. Because it means that all our future Darkest Lariats do more damage. Yeah. Because Excadrill is guaranteed to fall asleep after this turn. Yeah, they forfeit. Oh, okay. Dude, my heart was jumping after that high jump kick miss. But fortunately enough, it didn't end up mattering. I think it might have one-shot rode him. Reflect was up, but we had that attack boost from the Max Knuckle. So, yeah, not bad. Alright, it's getting a little dark, so I'm going to open up the windows real quick. But pretty happy about that game. Let's see. Alright, hopefully that's not too bright. Okay. So, I think the main things about that last game were it was really important to kind of weather the storm early game. Yeah, and I think what was just super tricky to maneuver is, I mean, Excadrill is just kind of a tough Pokemon in general, right? But fortunately, we were able to get that Tailwind off, which is really important. Turn 1, like, I think that game also kind of highlights, like, the weakness of Grimmsnarl. I'm guessing my opponent didn't have Thunder Wave, because if they did, they could have Thunder Waved the Cinderace, and then you could bring in the Tyranitar, and then you outspeed the Cinderace. Fortunately enough, we were able to survive that Quake even after the defense boost. This is one crazy team. There's a Sock and a Stonejourner. Okay. Interesting. What in the world do I lead against this? I mean, Cinderace is Max Darkness, right? So I think that has good value. This screams like Trick Room, but I don't have Helping Hand, which makes things tricky. However, this is where Snorlax maybe can come in huge. I can actually lead Cinderace Snorlax and just start boosting up immediately, I think. Kind of need Venusaur here for the Milo. God, I love this new screen so much more than before. I don't like Whimsicott much here. I think we go Arcanine for the Intimidate. This is a really cool team, though. Even if we get destroyed here, I don't mind, because I don't think I've really seen a Sock since, like, VGC 2014. And even then, I don't really remember what it did. And before that, it was, like, very gimmicky in 2011. So it's just not a Pokemon that's used in competitive VGC very much at all. Alright, what you got? That's Dusclops and Gothitelle. Okay. What's scary here is gravity hypnosis stuff. I'm gonna definitely curse with Snorlax, but part of me wants to not max with Snorlax because we could, sorry, max with Cinderace because we could max with Snorlax, honestly. Otherwise, their play is to just go for Fake Out into Snorlax. Trick Room. Well, I haven't seen this lead since like the very early weeks of this format. Okay, for that reason, I'm just gonna Iron Head if we flinch. That's big. Yeah, I'm expecting Fake Out Trick Room and then Gravity Hypnosis. Oh my god. Is it competitive Goth? I didn't even try to switch out for Shadow Tag. Well, maybe this is a good thing because if my option was Dynamaxing the Cinderace and Max Darknessing. Dude, I don't think I've seen Dynamax Gothitelle since we used that team like got rank 1 in like season 3. Oh boy, is it just helping handing? Oh my goodness. We might just have to kiss Snorlax goodbye here. That's crazy. What? It's actually really good damage from Iron Head. Oh, that was a crit. Yeah, I was surprised. It's crazy that 40% on Dusclops is good damage. Mindstorm. Oh, jeez. How much does this do? Okay, we actually took that like slightly better than I expected, honestly. However, if you're going for max like that, there's no way you're Shadow Tag. So I can just confirm. You should always actually try to switch out on the first turn. So that's something I should have thought about. I don't know, I could max Snorlax this next turn now, max Darkness, but pretty sure it's competitive Goth, so I don't really want to give it a boost. Yeah, Helping Hand Mindstorm will KO this Snorlax now, but I could max... Okay, let me just confirm it's not a Shadow Tag. Yep. I'm actually, as crazy as it seems, just going to go for the max Darkness, because I need damage against this, and go for the Darkest Lariat. Do they actually need Helping Hand to KO? Because Psychic Terrain is up. I think so, right? Because essentially, like, the Helping Hand is... The Terrain is less of a boost than Helping Hand. So I'm pretty sure you need to go for Helping Hand again. So even though I know it's competitive Gothitelle, I'm going for this because I'm saying, okay, I kind of need to KO your Gothitelle. This is actually my best way of doing damage. Max Darkness from Cinderace. Oh. Wow. I gotta say, I did not see that coming, but if they target Cinderace here, like, we don't get affected. And even if they don't, I get a lot of damage with the Max Darkness off. Let's see. Yeah, it's almost a one-hit KO. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's good. Get us the Def Drop. Yep, it's competitive. Let's see who you're targeting, though. If you Psychic into Cinderace, we're surviving. It should be into Snorlax, I would think, but Psychic into Cinderace would make me so happy. Yeah, let's go into Snorlax. Alright. Well, Snorlax, you did your job, which was just baiting out our opponent. I mean, we got a lot of important information from that Max turn 1. Crazy to see that, though. Yeah, I think we can just go into Venusaur and just Max Darkness now into Snorlax. I was thinking of Arcanine, because I can click Snarl. Oh, I actually don't know if Max Darkness KOs Dusclops here. I would think so. It's Stab. I might double up just to play it safe. Because if Trick Room goes up, I think we're screwed. I don't know. Not necessarily, actually. Because what's actually super slow in the back? There's not much. I think Max Darkness picks up the KO, honestly. But I'll double up into it. Just because Dusclops is very rarely a carry protect. So if we KO, the Earth Power just gets redirected to Gothitelle anyway. You're kidding me! He actually had protect. I'm at a loss for words. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know if that Max Darkness was KOing. Wow. I can't believe that. He's just going for Mindstorm again, though. Okay. I mean, I can't believe it. What? I shouldn't be surprised though. With a team like this, you basically throw all your expectations out the window. But if I just Earth Power the Gothitelle there, we'd be in such good shape. I just needed the KO onto Dusclops because I didn't think I could afford Trick Room going up. Because if the Gothitelle max guards and Trick Room goes up, we're just so screwed. Now we can Snarl. I should have just gone... Yeah, I should have just brought out Arcanine for Snarl. I really didn't think he was going to have max guard, man. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm just going to Darkness Snarl now. Comes down to what my opponent has in the back, basically. But Darmanitan will really mess us up. He goes for a double and gets it, too? Jeez. Yeah, I'm actually pretty sure Max Darkness was not picking up the KO, so I actually did need to double up into that slot. I don't know. I don't regret going for it, but, man, I probably should have brought out Arcanine. Because then I would have gotten 2 Spadef drops, and Snar actually does, like, decent damage because it's super effective. Alright, hopefully we don't miss. Alright. What a crazy team, though. Okay. Maybe I needed to Airstream there, because now if Darmanitan just comes... I mean, we just lose to Milo now. It's Darmanitan, too. Oh, my God. Can only hope for a miss at this point, I guess. Yeah, I'm just going to Protect and Flare Blitz into... Unless Darmanitan's not Scarfed, but I think it's going to be Scarfed here. Oh, man, I can't believe... Helping Hands. Yeah, Helping Hand Rock Slide. That's why I was thinking I might have needed to Airstream there, but I didn't think they'd go for a double Protect. Yep. This was a super best of 1 team, but there's... I mean, this is why these teams work, right? You totally catch your opponent off guard. Yeah, no Rock Slide miss. Oh, but we survived with Arcanine. Can Cinderace 2v1? I don't think so. The problem is that we feign from recoil here. But I couldn't go... It's sashed? Oh, he won the speed tie too, but that doesn't matter actually, because he sashed. Alright, this is officially one of the craziest teams we've gone up against. Terrain does disappear though, so like, I mean, I can Sucker Punch here. Oh, wow. Then that double actually was a really big deal, I think. Because then we would have just KO'd the Dusclops, and then we outspeed the Darm with my Cinderace. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm gonna Iron Head the Dusclops here, expecting maybe, I don't know, protect Trick Room. Just protects Dusclops again. I don't think there's really too much we could do, because Cinderace can't really 3v1 against everything. I do think Dynamaxing Cinderace was actually the correct option, but I guess I needed to bring out the Arcanine instead. But I was just worried about Snarl missing, because we missed that super bad, but it's only a 5% chance to miss, right? Yeah. I really wonder what the last Pokemon was. He's just clicking Protect on Dusclops every turn! This is like max HP defense Dusclops. I don't know. I don't regret my play of doubling up into that slot. Having Protect is just so rare on Dusclops, but well played. You can just Shadow Sneak here. I'll Sucker Punch. Shadow Sneak, Weakness Policy, Helping Hand, Dusclops. I guess Trick Room is this last one, so it doesn't have an attacking move. Maybe it doesn't even have Trick Room, I don't know. But with Life Orb, we're gonna Faint now anyway. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Even if my opponent doesn't get the double, I think we're actually still in pretty solid shape since what is that? It's Sock. It was close though. Yeah, if I actually just targeted the... I mean, I wanted Trick Room. I was on it to deny the Trick Room, which is why I was Iron Heading the Dusclops, but this Dusclops is really, really bulky. Yeah, you can just Shadow Sneak this time around. That is definitely one of the crazier teams we've played in a while. I think a team like that, though, in best of 3, I would have a very, very solid game plan. Just knowing Dusclops has Protect. It was so funny, because I was like, yeah, Dusclops has never carried Protect, and then here our opponent comes actually having Protect. So, had I just, like, because Max Cinderace beats my opponent's entire team, so I think the biggest mistake in this game was not bringing out Arcanine, because we could have just brought out Arcanine, click Max Darkness and Snarl, and that covers all the options. And getting another special defense drop means that the Dusclops is at -2. And, like, I think Snarl, after 2 deep special defense drops, does a fair amount of damage. But I mean, that team was just crazy. There are a bunch of mistakes I made, right? You should always test if it's Shadow Tag Gothitelle just on the first turn as you try to switch out. I didn't do that. Yeah, we're going up against, like, a Sun Trick Room team here. Pretty standard stuff. Dragonzolt's what's interesting on that composition. So, Snorlax is really good in these matchups, as we've seen. We'd ideally like to get a Curse off early. Thinking of leading something like Arcanine Snorlax. I guess the one thing that I don't want to go up against just like Whimsicott Charizard, you can just Tailwind and hit me for a lot of damage. Max Rockfall Braviary actually could be really good here. I'm thinking like Braviary, Whimsicott. I don't know, Braviary, Arcanine actually. You can Snarl. We should survive a Wildfire. Yeah, I'm actually thinking Braviary, Arcanine, Snorlax, and Venusaur. We kind of need the Venusaur in case they go with the Dracozolt. My mind is still just on that last game, man. Wow. How crazy. How crazy. Protect, Shadow Sneak, Helping Hand. I want to know what the last attack on that Dusclops was. If you're ever curious about like building a team for best of 1, that is such a good example of like using moves that standard Pokemon never use, like Protect on Dusclops. Using a crazy strategy like Dusclops Gothitelle that appears to be super passive and turns out and ends up being like hyper offensive. Oh, it's Whimsicott Dracozolt. Okay, me not leading Whimsicott here then costs me. I think I'm gonna Hearts. I could Protect turn 1. I want to double switch, honestly. Because then what I can do is max the Venusaur and cycle Incineroar back in for another Intimidate. But I don't mind. I mean, intimidating a Pokemon that wants to max is always good, especially because my opponent's committing like Dracozolt. If you're leading Dracozolt, you're almost always maxing it turn 1. You could switch it out as well, but like it means like bringing Dracozolt into a matchup, like the majority of the time, it means you're committing to that Pokemon as your one Pokemon to Dynamax. Oh, man. Yeah, if I even just Earth Powered into the Gothitelle, we would have been good, but I think I just respected Trick Room too much. I don't really regret the play, but I think I should have just brought out Arcanine. It covered for the Protect option on Dusclops, which is just so rare and didn't expect it. Because if we pick up the KO on Venusaur that turn, like, we just win the game, basically. Oh, they actually don't max Zolt, so they're risking a miss here. And unfortunately, Volbeat connects for us. Okay. So much damage, wow. I can respect that, though, yeah. Today is just my opponent's proving me wrong, basically, on everything I'm trying to say. I mean, I want to max Quake the Dracozolt. I could always Sleep Powder that slot too, but they might taunt. Like, I want to Yawn the Whim, Max, and Quake. But if Charizard just switches in, we're in a lot of trouble, right? Oh, so the option to cover the Charizard switch in is actually doubling up on Dracozolt, yeah. Okay. I think Dracozolt might actually switch out here, but it stays in. Okay, that's good. So ideally, we pick up the KO and get the Yawn off against Whimsicott. Whimsicott could obviously be going for a taunt onto us, though. Onto the Snorlax. I'm just so winded from that last game. That was crazy. Okay. Alright, taunts Venusaur. Okay, that's really ideal, actually, especially if Volbeat misses here. 2 connects back to back, okay. We survive, though. Get the KO. We have the Spadef boost, but, like, the thing is, you can just bring in Charizard now, right? Yeah, the reason why I say most players commit to maxing early is because a miss is just so bad. Like, you lose so much momentum with it. But in this game, I think it actually made a lot of sense for my opponent to not max, even though they're probably hustle. Okay. Get the Yawn off. What's interesting, though, is if you bring out Charizard, for example, you can't just go for a double KO. Unless you bring out Charizard, switch Whimsicott out into Torkoal, which might be their line of play. Yeah, this is the problem with me maxing Venusaur. They have to respect the Yawn stuff here, I think. So I'm just going to Yawn into Charizard. I think Whimsicott pretty much always switches out into Torkoal here. I guess I'll max click that slot. I guess you could stay in with Whimsicott too and just like click Sunny Day. But then the interesting thing is, do you max the Charizard? Because like, you have to, you want to KO the Snorlax. Yeah, Whimsicott stays in. Wow, okay. Oh, I guess they might just Moonblast like Wildfire. That would make sense. But we can win this game with Braviary if we stall out. Can we? No, I don't know. We don't have speed control. By not bringing Whimsicott, I didn't bring speed control, which was not good on my end. Okay, that makes sense. It's gonna taunt Airstream. Yeah, Vita actually takes that pretty well. Alright, we need to stall up the max, which is the main thing right now. Good taunt onto the Snorlax. I could have read that and gone into like my gone into my Arcanine. I mean, Snorlax is pretty useless at this point, right? So I kind of want to just double edge, get it out of the way. I guess, actually, yeah, they're not going into Torkoal, because if they go into Torkoal, then I get a speed boost, right? Although your Charizard's still faster, so I feel like going into Torkoal still makes sense. One more turn to taunt. I think ideally we actually sack off the Snorlax. I'm going to double edge here into the Whimsicott and actually just max guard here. I'm still taunted, so I can't max guard, right? If I'm my opponent, what do I do? Switch the Whimsicott out into Torkoal. I have to play assuming Torkoal's the last one, right? They should... Oh, I don't know if Airstream KOs us with 2 Spadef boosts, so I think they'd have to Wildfire. I'm going to double edge. And I think Braviary is pretty useless for us right now, so I'm actually going to go out into Braviary. This might seem crazy, but the logic behind this, I think they need Torkoal in the back. Oh, it's actually Dusclops. What? Wow. That is not a mode I expected to see at all. So they don't have Sun. Which is interesting. Yep, there's Wildfire. They're also... I could have stayed in with Venusaur then. I don't know. What would I have gone for, though? Okay. 75 down to 42. It's going to be really tough to win this one now. I can't believe Dusclops was the last one. I'm shocked by that. Not the Pokemon I'd expected to see here, honestly. Tailwind's out, though. Can bring out Venusaur, bait and Airstream Wildfire, switch the Venusaur out into Arcanine and Rock Slide. I think that might be our best play. Yeah. Because I think you see Venusaur, you have to respect the Sleep Powder. It's pretty much like a 50-50 on who the Charizard targets this turn, but I'm thinking Venusaur is like the obvious target. I'm not sure they respect the Rock Slide enough here. Man, I can't believe those Dusclops. Wow. Nicely done. I think Bolt Beak miss early also changes the dynamic of this drastically, but once again, like, it made sense for my opponent not to max. Alright, they're gonna ally switch. If they ally switch, I feel like you should still target the Venusaur slot. Let's see. There's Airstream. Into Braviary. Okay, I don't think we have any outs now. I needed to call that turn correctly. But with ally switch, it was very unlikely I was going to end up hitting Sleep Powder into the correct slot, I think, anyway. Tough matchups. We have the Pokemon to win this one. Maybe, I don't know, if I go Whimsicott Cinderace, for example, I feel like we have a pretty good matchup. The problem is that, like, Snorlax just took way too much damage from those Bolt Beaks. Okay. I think my hope is basically you miss an attack on the Venusaur, Wild Charge does a ton of damage, and we get the Sleep Powder to connect onto Dusclops. So I'm playing for a miss at this point. I could have maybe just stayed in with my Max Venusaur as well, but I didn't think that was my win con since I was assuming Torkoal was in the back. Yeah, it's their best play, so I get it. Yeah, I mean, it covers the option of a miss, so... Ally switch is optimal. But yeah, had I stayed in, gotten the Sleep Powder off, it still would have been tough to win this, I think. We don't have much damage. Like, our best way to answer Dusclops is Snorlax, and Snorlax we had to give up, basically. So, I led, basically, to cover Sun, and Sun did not come out as a lead. So, well done on my opponent's end there to cover the Sun option. Like, Dracozolt was actually... Regular Dracozolt was actually super good against us if it hits its attacks. So, the lead was really what did us in here. I don't know if I have, like, a super consistent lead that covers Sun and Whimsicott Dracozolt. Because if I see Whimsicott Dracozolt, I'm probably thinking, maybe, I don't know, Whimsicott Cinderace. But the Cinderace not having Airstream means that we don't have good coverage against a lot of things. I don't really want to max the Cinderace in this matchup. I guess it's still, I don't know, maxing Venusaur against Sun doesn't seem very... I mean, it's fine if they bring out Sun, right? But because I think I have Venusaur, them not having Torkoal actually made a lot of sense. So they played that in a really interesting way, and it worked out for them really, really well. So props to my opponent for that one. I think they brought Pokemon that I didn't really expect to see, and like they figured out a really nice way around what they probably thought what I was bringing. Ally Switch also is always tricky, just in best of one. Yeah. I think my Pokemon just limited me in this matchup. I didn't bring the right stuff, and that really cost me here. I don't know. Cinderace, like, you can justify bringing, I guess, but it just does no damage, really, because you don't have Airstream. So, like, Charizard walls us decently well. Like, we're forced to max Darkness, so that doesn't feel really good. But what else would I really be maxing, right? Not, like, Snorlax. If I wanted to get... Yeah, I don't know, like, I needed to put on more pressure. The problem is that Dracozolt's actually my opponent's best answer against Snorlax. If we didn't, like, do KO that, then Snorlax just doesn't take nearly as much damage, and then we can, like, just wall attacks with Big Fat. So if I want to counter the Dracozolt lead, it's pretty much, like, lead Whimsicott, Venusaur. Maybe that actually would have just been better overall, because my opponent leads Sun. Like, you're never leading Torkoal there, I don't think, because you have to respect Venusaur, but Whimsicott, Venusaur, I think, would have been smarter, not Braviary. So if I were to replay that, I'd probably go Whimsicott, Venusaur, Braviary, Snorlax. I think that actually makes more sense. But I need Whimsicott for the Tailwind. The Arcanine didn't do very much for us in the end. Gets the Intimidate off, but you saw how much Dracozolt was doing even after Intimidate. So, yeah. That's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you, as always, for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the DLC, and hope you are excited because we have a lot of DLC-related content coming soon. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon. Peace.